Hey, it's James from Active, and today we want to talk about the journey to get to a wall-mounted solution. As many of you guys see online, lots of people use Active pressure washers and other pressure washers to kind of build their own wall mount solution at home. You know, shelves and hose reels, and they're really piecing together a lot of parts from different vendors based on, you know, the length of hose they need or based on a foam blaster they already have. So we wanted to develop a way for customers to easily and efficiently kind of build their own wall mount solutions with quality components. What you have here are a couple generations worth of prototypes. Maybe JC, you can take us through some considerations that you started thinking about.
Yeah, sure. You know, like when we did decide to do this, even before we got to this first one, it was really like, well, what would Active's take be on a like a full wall mount solution, and sort of looking at, okay, what are the basics that we need to cover as far as, you know, what gets stored on the wall mount, where are things found, how easy is it to access everything. And so I think some of you have seen this one before. This is really, like, I sort of call this, you know, generation 0.9. It's the first one that we had built, and it was an opportunity to kind of check the sizes and proportions of everything. And I think some of it is okay, and it really informed the very quick decisions to make the second one, which is over here, just in terms of right sizing the hose reel, moving the hose reel over, and adding place for you know, more of the storage. But having said that, this one, this is the sort of the complete first generation prototype. I know we got a lot of comments on our first video over here. Those have not been incorporated in this model yet.
I think, you know, when we see this kind of transition from there to here, as JC was saying, a lot of it is about seeing a physical prototype, using it, figuring out where we can improve it, what elements we want to keep, what we don't. Not necessarily everything here is bad, but as we keep refining it, we'll kind of go back and see what we want to keep and what we want to toss. I think, again, the key here is, how do we learn from all the setups that we see out there from our users and incorporate that thinking into a product for ourselves and make it really easy for customers to get a kind of easy to install, easy to use, high quality system that they can just kind of buy it and then put in their garage. One of the questions early on was, well, why don't we just build a completely integrated solution as well? And again, I think that doesn't really account for the way some people use our product, because some people have a Kranzla that they use, and maybe they'd still like a wall-mounted solution that they could incorporate their Kranzla to. Maybe some people have an Active, but they have a different gun, or they'd have a different foam blaster. So we wanted to consider all of that as well when kind of developing the kit, because I think our user really kind of values kind of high quality components, and they might be comfortable with some of the components that they already have and don't feel like buying, you know, additional parts that they don't have to.
Yeah, that's a good point. For instance, the way the foam cannon is being stored here, or these accessories below, we're still trying to figure all that out. But what we did nail down is that it shouldn't be exclusive to Active product.
That's right.
Because great, if you want, buy it all, but a lot of you have your own preferences.
I mean, the exercise here is really about offering a solution for the product as opposed to really trying to make our own system for it. Although, of course, we'd be happy if you use all of our product, but that's another thing. And obviously, when we design our product, we wanted to make it, you know, easy to use within the system as possible. I think if you look at this guy, which is kind of where we are today, it's actually a very, very nice piece. I think you could cobble this together yourself with different components from different vendors and come up with a very similar type solution, but it just won't be as integrated, it won't be as easy. And that's kind of really what we're going for, right? People do these setups because they want to make it easy to set up and easy to put away. And that, I think, is the driving force behind it, right? It's just really making it convenient.
It starts with the setup of the wall mount itself. If you're going to build a shelf to stick on your wall, and there's so many things to consider, and we want to have that all answered for you in this, you know, kit.
So just talking about where we've gotten to as well, you know, we have what we think are the basic features of a wall mount setup, which is basically a integrated hose reel. The hose has to be of a certain quality and pliability in order for it to wind on the hose reel properly. We've paid a lot of attention there. I think in terms of the reel itself, having a smooth operation, being able to lock it, that's also one of the big things that we've done. We've gotten a lot of requests. Is there any possibility of an auto retracting hose reel? At the moment, that's a very challenging thing to do because of the weight of the hose. It's going to add a lot of complexity and a lot of cost. And again, it's one of those features that may or may not be useful to most people. So, that's something that is tough to incorporate at this moment. And then I think, just as James said, places for all the most commonly used accessories.
I think as well, going back to the hose reel, I mean, we have a 50-foot hose on here, which is 5/16 diameter, but we need to make sure that, if you have a 100-foot hose, that will fit on here as well.
Correct.
If you have different diameters of hoses, they will also work on this system. So you're not limited. Your preferences are still absolutely important to us.
And then obviously, as he said, we're still looking at where to put all these things. We see a lot of units online and they're built up over a kind of spotless water system. So they have different types of plumbing. So again, we have to consider all of this when finalizing kind of where everything goes in the product. And I think we're getting close, but we wanted to open it up to you guys to get more feedback on what you think of this product while we're still kind of at this second, third round phase of development.
I can see that some stuff I think is working all right. Like I like a lot of it, but I think that we can do a better job down here. I think originally the foam cannon was the intention was to have it sitting down here, but along with the rest of it down below, I'm not sure where I'm at with that. So we're experimenting with it plugged up there. That seems to feel right. So I think we can find a better home. I'll be honest.
Right. If you like what you saw, please share and comment on the video. Subscribe to this video to get more updates, and also like comments that you see from other users so we get to know what you agree with or what you don't agree with. And all those comments will come to the top, and we'll try to incorporate as much as possible into, call it Gen 2 or Gen 3 of the prototyping phase. I think we're close, but I think there's some room for improvement. And I think with all of everyone's help, we'll get there. As always, thanks for your support. Looking forward to your comments and hope you enjoyed this video.